Module 8, Presentation, 007, Module 8 of Straight Line Persuasion. 013, Congratulating the viewer for reaching this point. 019, Real-world strategies for effective persuasion. 031, Introduction to boxing someone in concept. 101, Explaining the concept of boxing someone in. 147, Learning about positioning the 3/10s and looping. 208, Squashing buying beliefs using precise language. 219, 2 more modules to go, stay focused. 233, Identifying individual triggers for physiology and tonality. 250, Importance of scarcity and secret in persuasion. 324, Using certainty as a trigger for persuasion. 403, Using reasonability as a closing pattern. 501, The 3 crucial tonal patterns, certainty, scarcity, and disarming. 601, The power of anchoring and triggering a state. 706, Pavlov's dogs and the concept of anchoring. 802, Setting an anchor for certainty after closing a sale. 911, Setting an anchor in real-life situations for effective persuasion. 1006, Importance of gestures in triggering a state of certainty. 1101, The power of visuals and intensifying feelings through visualization. 1203, Manipulating images in the mind to intensify feelings. 1258, Visualizing the moment of closing a sale and setting an anchor. 1349, Associating and expanding the feeling of victory and success. In Module 8 of the Straight Line Persuasion course, the speaker congratulates the listeners for reaching this point in the course and emphasizes that the strategies they are learning are real-world techniques that can be used effectively and ethically. The module focuses on a technique called boxing someone, which involves eliminating all the reasons for a person not to buy and guiding them to admit that they should be buying. This process involves creating an emotional and logical box that leaves no room for them to say number. The speaker also discusses the importance of positioning the 3/10s in a specific order and using a technique called looping to navigate through the straight line until all 3/10s are achieved. By using precise language patterns, the goal is to squash any buying beliefs and make it impossible for the person to refuse the offer. The module also touches on the concept of triggers and tonality in persuasion. The speaker explains that certain triggers, such as scarcity, can be used to create a sense of urgency and desire. Additionally, the speaker discusses the importance of tonality in closing patterns, emphasizing the use of certainty, scarcity, and reasonability to make the pitch more persuasive. The speaker introduces the concept of anchoring, which involves associating a specific gesture or action with a desired state of mind. By setting an anchor during moments of peak certainty, such as after closing a sale, individuals can trigger that state of mind in future situations, enhancing their confidence and effectiveness in sales. Overall, Module 8 provides practical strategies for persuading others, including boxing someone, positioning the 3/10s, using precise language patterns, and leveraging triggers and tonality. The module also introduces the powerful technique of anchoring to enhance confidence and performance. Based on the provided text, it seems to be a transcript of a sales training session discussing various aspects of tonality and qualifying questions in sales. The speaker emphasizes the importance of tonality and pacing to sound natural while delivering powerful messages. They mention the need to establish rapport, ask qualifying questions, and understand the prospect's needs before presenting a logical and emotional case. The goal is to create a foundation for a successful sales presentation and build trust with the prospect. The transcript also touches on the use of specific tonal patterns and transitions to maintain engagement and influence the prospect's decision-making. Part 2. 1. Utilize a powerful story. Share a personal experience of making money with a similar system while highlighting an authority figure like Goldman Sachs or Barclays Bank to add credibility. 2. Use a prominent example. Find a well-known individual who faced a challenging financial situation and emphasize the comparison to create a compelling argument. 3. Maintain integrity and credibility. While creating urgency in the last paragraph, ensure that the language used is ethical and doesn't involve lying or deception. 4. Emphasize scarcity. Create a sense of scarcity on 3 levels to increase urgency. Highlight limited availability, time-sensitive offers, and exclusive opportunities to make the offer more enticing. 5. Soft close approach. During the closing phase, consider using a soft close technique where you don't explicitly mention the prices. Instead, focus on getting basic information and small commitments from the potential customer. 6. Leverage the power of number. Understand that the sale starts when the customer says number. Each rejection brings you closer to a successful sale, and every no can be seen as an opportunity to learn and improve. 7. Build trust. Establish trust with the customer by emphasizing your credibility, qualifications, ethical standards, and genuine care for their needs. Communicate your values, certifications, and altruistic efforts to showcase your character. 8. Appeal to emotions and logic. Understand that people make buying decisions based on both emotions and logic. Create a strong emotional connection with your product or service while presenting a logical case to support their decision. 9. Repetition for reinforcement. Reiterate the 3 key elements that lead to successful closing: product appeal, likability, and trustworthiness. Repetition helps reinforce these crucial points throughout the sales process. 10. Box someone in. Skillfully challenge and contradict the customer's beliefs or objections by presenting emotional and logical arguments that leave them with no choice but to consider your offer. Remember to adapt these points to your specific industry and product or service while ensuring ethical practices and maintaining your integrity. The given text appears to be a transcript of a sales training session or seminar. It contains various strategies and techniques for salespeople to effectively communicate and persuade potential customers. Here is a detailed summary of the main points mentioned. 1. Creating credibility. The speaker advises leveraging the credibility of well-known institutions such as Goldman Sachs and Barclays Bank to enhance the perceived value of the product or service being sold. 2. Using prominent examples. To make a powerful comparison, it is recommended to find a prominent example of someone who faced a similar situation and overcame it. This example should possess integrity and credibility, making the comparison more impactful. 3. Incorporating urgency. The speaker suggests creating a sense of urgency without compromising ethics. This can be achieved by using industry-specific language and emphasizing limited-time offers or special promotions. The goal is to encourage potential customers to take immediate action. 4. Soft closing. Instead of forcefully pushing the sale, the speaker recommends a more disarming approach. The soft closing technique involves obtaining small commitments from the customer throughout the conversation and gradually leading them towards making a purchase. 5. Overcoming objections. The speaker emphasizes that objections or rejections should be seen as opportunities rather than setbacks. Every no is an opportunity to learn and improve. It is important to remain confident, stay in control, and continue the sales process. 6. Establishing trust. Trust is a crucial factor in making sales. The speaker advises salespeople to establish trust by effectively conveying their qualifications, certifications, values, and altruistic sensibilities. Demonstrating that you genuinely care about the customer's needs and have their best interest at heart can build trust and increase the likelihood of closing the sale. 7. Emotional and logical appeal. The speaker highlights the importance of appealing to both the emotional and logical aspects of customers' decision-making. While emotions play a significant role in influencing buying decisions, it is essential to back them up with logical reasoning and a strong value proposition. 8. The 3 tenets. The speaker repeatedly emphasizes 3 key factors that contribute to successful sales. Customers must love the product, like and trust the salesperson, and have trust in the company behind the product. 9. Boxing someone in. This technique involves skillfully guiding the customer to a point where they feel compelled to make a purchase. It requires contradicting their existing beliefs or objections while still demonstrating care and understanding. When done correctly, customers may find themselves more inclined to say yes. Overall, the session focuses on effective sales strategies, building trust, and understanding the psychology behind customer decision-making. It encourages salespeople to approach their interactions with integrity, empathy, and the goal of creating mutually beneficial outcomes. Part 3. 1. Establish rapport and stay within the emotional sphere of the person you're speaking to. 2. Gradually increase your level of certainty during the conversation. 3. Use future pacing to paint a picture of success and financial improvement. 4. Disarm objections by using logical examples and metaphors. 5. Sell yourself by highlighting your experience and track record. 6. Address the trust issue directly and present yourself as someone they would trust if they truly knew you. 7. Front objections by addressing them before the person brings them up. 1. Stay within the emotional sphere of the person you're communicating with. Maintain rapport by matching their enthusiasm and emotional state. 2. Use a rating scale, 1 to 10, to gauge the person's interest or agreement. Instead of coming in with a higher rating, for example, 10, start lower, for example, 5 or 6, and gradually increase your certainty as the conversation progresses. 3. Emphasize the true beauty or value of the program or product you're offering. Highlight its unique features, benefits, or strategies that set it apart. 4. Incorporate future pacing, painting a picture of success and positive outcomes after using the product or program. Create a vision of financial improvement and the potential for bigger opportunities. 5. Avoid sounding like a typical salesperson. Instead of repeatedly asking for trust, sell yourself by using metaphors or illogical examples that make your point undeniable and logical. 6. Move the conversation along a straight line, subtly and elegantly breaking the person's limiting beliefs. Use a simple example or metaphor that clearly demonstrates the logical choice. 7. Address objections proactively by acknowledging and disarming them. If the person hesitates or says maybe, regain certainty and confidence by highlighting your track record or experience in providing value and success. 8. Adapt the approach to any industry or situation, whether it's face-to-face or over the phone. The key is to focus on building trust and credibility by demonstrating your understanding of the person's needs and offering a valuable solution. The passage you provided appears to be a transcript of a sales training session. It emphasizes the importance of understanding the customer's emotional state and staying within their sphere of emotions during a sales conversation. The speaker advises against coming across as overly enthusiastic or pushing for a higher level of enthusiasm than the customer is expressing. The transcript also discusses the technique of gradually increasing the level of certainty and confidence throughout the conversation. It suggests using metaphors and examples that are logical and undeniably true to sell yourself effectively. The goal is to create a sense of trust and credibility with the customer. The speaker mentions the Ben Franklin close, a technique used in the past that involved listing the positives and negatives of a product or service. However, the transcript acknowledges that this technique may not be effective in modern times and suggests using metaphors and logical examples instead. The passage concludes by highlighting the importance of addressing the customer's trust and lack of familiarity with the salesperson. By acknowledging and addressing these concerns, the salesperson can build trust and credibility, ultimately increasing the chances of a successful sale. Part 4. 1. When facing objections, consider the worst-case scenario. Even if you're wrong and the customer doesn't make a purchase, the loss of $300 is not significant enough to affect your financial situation permanently. 2. If the customer shouldn't be buying the product, gracefully end the call. But if you believe they could benefit from it, consider the long-term value and emotional satisfaction it can bring. 3. Emphasize the lifetime of pleasure and the opportunities the product can provide, such as buying cars at cheaper rates, owning a new home, and taking care of their family's needs. 4. The decision to buy or not happens in a split second, where the scale tips in favor of the customer's action threshold. The exact moment is uncertain, but it's essential to strive for closing every customer who should be closed. 5. Don't settle for being a second-rate salesperson. If you want to excel in sales, aim to close every potential customer who should be closed and avoid wasting their time. 6. Address objections about needing to consult with a partner. Instead of confronting the objection head-on, subtly guide the conversation towards why it's a simple decision that they don't necessarily need to discuss with their partner. 7. Use intelligence gathered to tailor your responses and create a rapid rapport. Lean in the direction that suggests they don't need to consult with their partner, and let them speak to confirm it. 8. Money concerns often arise as objections. If financial limitations are holding them back, looping can help address their underlying concerns without explicitly focusing on money. 9. Looping involves bringing the conversation back to the benefits and value of the product, helping customers see the logical, emotional, and fiscal advantages that outweigh their financial constraints. 10. Remember that looping should only be done when it genuinely benefits the customer, and you should only close someone when it's in their best interest to buy the product. 11. Identify your own physiological triggers that help you become certain in your tone and demeanor. Experiment with body language and gestures that create the desired tone, such as pushing your arms out to develop a disarming tone. 12. Practice connecting body language, tonality, and certainty to improve your communication skills and influence customers effectively. 13. Master the art of closing with integrity, ensuring that customers are boxed in because it empowers them and helps their families, not just to make a sale. In this section of the audio, the speaker is discussing the concept of boxing someone in, which refers to persuading a person to make a decision or purchase a product. The speaker emphasizes the importance of using logic and emotional triggers to influence the person's decision-making process. They argue that even if the person initially objects or raises concerns, it is crucial to continue the conversation and address their objections in order to close the sale. The speaker acknowledges that some objections may arise, such as needing to consult with a partner or financial constraints. In response, they advise the salesperson to handle objections gracefully and avoid antagonizing the customer. Instead of directly challenging the objection, they suggest providing alternative perspectives and gently steering the conversation towards a positive outcome. By focusing on the benefits and emotional appeal of the product, the salesperson can help the customer see the value and overcome any hesitations they may have. Money is identified as a common obstacle in the sales process. The speaker advises salespeople to navigate this objection by highlighting the various benefits and advantages of the product. They assert that by demonstrating the product's value and addressing any financial concerns, the salesperson can encourage the customer to make a purchase, even if money was initially the main deterrent. Additionally, the speaker encourages salespeople to be mindful of their own physical triggers and tonal patterns during the sales process. They suggest that certain body postures and gestures can help convey confidence and create a disarming tone, which can be effective in influencing the customer's decision. The speaker advises practicing and mastering these skills to enhance sales effectiveness. Overall, the speaker emphasizes the importance of being an effective salesperson by closing deals with integrity and focusing on the best interests of the customer. They urge salespeople to strive for excellence, not wasting anyone's time, and to recognize that their role is to close sales and influence decisions when it is genuinely beneficial for the customer and their family.